Hello, welcome to Everything We Do is Magic, where we help you find the magic in everything and to find everything in magic. You know, we as humans we're masters of the workaround. We're masters of solving problems of an issue, a blockade, a challenge, and we find ways around those challenges. We dig around, we work around because we're relentless, and it's part of our survival nature. It's part of who we are. That constant desire to do so. I see it in my animals. I see them finding ways around things and through things, and so what does that have to do with magic? Well, because again, the type of magic that I practice is called Chaos Magic, and we don't ascribe to a set of rules because basically the thing with Chaos Magic is whatever works for you. And I've talked about that in prior content about, as long as it's working, I don't care what you think, I don't care what your ideas about it are, as long as it's working, it's good for me. So, and as my character Fulmer found out, and if you check out our fiction stuff, that magic, there's only two things necessary for magic to occur, and that's a desire, which again you have to release. That's a whole nother thing. That's I think I dealt with that a couple of videos ago, a couple of episodes ago in my Morning Love content. But the desire and belief, or faith, if you were. The more. The interesting thing about this is the more that I operate with and using magic, and again, magic using my intent, my mind, my thoughts to create the world I desire. Magic is in everything, but the more I use magic, the more I do see the magic in everything. I see things falling into place. Today I want to do a little magic for you. Show you how a little magic from my practice of making a sigil. Sigil is just a symbol that I charge emotionally with my intent, and then allow those energies to do whatever they will. Just a moment here, and let me see if I can turn this around and show you. Yes. Here is my intent that I will write down in order to start my sigilization process. It is that I desire some artichoke plant cuttings. Now, what I will do is I'll go through and cross out all of the vowels. Now, I will cross out common letters. An R, no R's, a T, yes, a T, 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 C, C, H, no H, a P, no P, L, no L's, an N, G, and an S. So what I end up with is an R, an H, a K, a P, an L, a G, and an S. Now what I'll do is I'll take these letters and I will arrange them, and I've done some things using the Hebrew equivalent of the letters. If you can look up, you can use a English to Hebrew alphabet and use those to draw it out. But I'm going to pause the video now, and I'll start back in a minute with it, so I can use both hands to draw it up, and I'll show you what I mean from the initial stages. Okay, as you can see in the first draft, I put together the R, the K, the P, the G, so L, G in there, and then I just simplified it and then circled it in. And this is really, for me, the way that I do my sigils when I create them. I keep it really simple, really straightforward. not all fancy, and it's kind of interesting because I'll do this, do things like this, because this has to do with plants. I'll make sure that underneath it, I put Shumway's Illustrated Garden Guide as a seed book, because that kind of plays into my intent. And you can decorate it up and do things like that. Now, what I will do in order to charge this sigil and release it is, I will take the emotion that I feel about not having artichokes. I had a couple of artichoke plants in my garden, and either the chickens or when the pigs got out, or when or the neighbor's cat or something ate my 2 artichoke plants, and they were doing pretty well, and they were in the apple guild. And just read an article this morning about how much artichoke, and I just had artichoke hearts last night, and artichoke hearts are just something I really, really enjoy. So now I'm building up my emotion with it. So I'll tie my emotion of not having artichoke hearts ever again, and how that would make me just so terribly, terribly, and I'll look at the sigil, and I'll concentrate on this white area as a bright light shining through. And then I'll say, but today this changes in my mind. I'll switch a switch in my mind and concentrate on the outer line. Now, some sigils may be darker, you can dress it up, but I'll concentrate on this outer circle here. And then I'll imagine that it's the feeling of the change, of having artichokes, and not only having artichokes, but having a bountiful supply of artichokes. And I'll just kind of softly gaze at the sigil while I'm feeling that emotion. And then I will narrow my gaze even further. And this is the thing we talked about in one of the former videos, the content for Morning Love. But this is where you release the results. You see yourself years from now looking back on the abundant harvest of artichoke hearts that I've had, and the joy that the artichokes have given me, and not only for eating myself, but sharing with my neighbors and all those things. And I just see those from the distant future, because generally that's how the things come to pass that we think, oh, I need this to happen, need this to happen, need this to happen, and then we look back from behind, from the future, and we see, look back upon the past, and we see, oh, things just fell in place and they worked out. And so now what do we do once you've drawn your sigil and charged it, and then release the emotions? So now what you want to do is you want to forget about it. And there are several things that some people will light a candle, burn it over a candle. Some people will, it's just pretty much the burning of the candle, and then my method, which I put them in shredders, and then my chickens will actually end up pooping on this one day, because I do use shredded paper sometimes to line their beds. But that is the simple and easy sigil method. Find something that you desire. Make a symbol that represents that desire. Charge that symbol with your emotions. Then destroy the symbol. Because destroying the symbol releases all of those energies that were associated with that symbol. It's almost like the sigil is almost like the scope on a rifle, that you've zeroed in on your target with your sigil. And now you pull the trigger on the intent and move on, because it will come to pass. And the thing is, with this, I want to bring a caveat in here. Too often what people will do, they'll jump into doing things like this, and they'll jump in and say, well, I want $1 million. Well, you know what? You will eventually probably get $1 million if you do that sigilization. It just won't come at once, because again, that's not how the magic works. Magic's wonderful, but I say it's kind of lazy, because it takes the path of least resistance. So, and with that as well, just play around with it, have fun. Don't worry about not doing anything you can't undo, because it's all just play. It's all play. So enjoy it. Enjoy your magic. See the magic in everything. I challenge you to make your first sigil today, and let me know in the comments what your sigil is for. No, don't do that. That's personal. Let me know in the comments when it works, because believe me, magic works. Peace.